Hello and welcome to Sense Business YouTube channel. Today we will be covering 1.1.3, the role of business enterprise. So the outcome of this lesson is that we will understand the role of business enterprise and the purpose of business activity. We will cover these 3 points and then we will move on to the role of entrepreneurship. Okay, so what is the purpose of a business activity? Number one purpose is to produce goods and services. And 4 things are needed to produce services and products. And these 4 things are called factors of production. So number 1 is land, somewhere to produce the goods. For example, a farm or a warehouse or a call center. So this is number 1. Number 2 is labor. So people to work in the business. So farm workers or a warehouse worker, these are your laborers. So if you employ people, they work for you, these are your laborers. So the land is a place, a physical land. Laborer is people that will work for you. And then we have capital. Capital is money to get the business started. So this is a lot of money which you need to start your business. And then we have enterprise. This is the driver or motivation from the owner to start a business. So this is you are an enterprise, you're an entrepreneur, you are somebody that will be a great businessman one day. So this is number 1 purpose of business activity. So purpose number 2 is to meet the needs and wants of customers. Very important purpose. So some of the most common and basic expectations customers have for most businesses include. So these are some of the very basic things that customer want or need from a business. A successful business will have these in place. Hence, that's why they're a successful business. So fast and efficient, accurate service. So that's what customers want. High quality products at a competitive price. So they want that. So all customers, even yourself, you don't want to go to a shop where the products are sky high but cheap quality. You want to get good quality products at a competitive, preferable low price. Friendly, helpful service, staff to provide information and answer to your question, because you don't want to go to a shop where nobody knows what's going on about or don't know anything about the product. So you want to go to a shop where the staff are friendly, they are helpful, and they can answer the questions you might have about the product. So quick responses to your inquiries, whether it's online, by phone, or by person. Because if you buy something, and if there's something wrong with it, you want to get things sorted out quickly. So you need to get a quick response from the customers. Sometimes some businesses take ages to respond to your emails or questions that you have, and that causes a lot problem and makes some customer not to ever go and shop again with them. So sufficient stock to meet their needs without long wait. So businesses need to make sure that they have sufficient means enough stock to meet the needs and desire and wants of customers, because you don't want to go to a shop and there's no stock. For example, going to a Tesco and there's no milk, and then you end up with no cereal, and then you go to college and you start having a go at your teacher. So that is not nice. So Tesco's needs to have that milk in store. So sufficient stock to meet the needs without having to wait. So that is a very common and basic expectation of a customer. A trained staff that can handle their questions without referring them further on. Have you been on phone to O2 or 3 mobile or GiftGaff or any of them? You ring up on the call center and they keep passing you on to these so many people, and the reason for that is because they are not trained and they keep referring you to different people, and then you end up not knowing what's going on, so you just hang up and just hope for the best. A clean shop or easy to navigate website. So we as a customers don't want to go into a mucky shop. We want to go somewhere that's nice, clean and welcoming. And also some websites are crazy to navigate. So we as a customers want a website that's easy to navigate. So that is purpose number 2. And needs and wants of customer. So now we go to purpose number 3, to add value. So a business activity might be to add value. So adding value is the difference between the price of the finished product or service and the cost of the inputs involved in making it. So added value is equivalent to the increase in value that a business creates by undertaking the production process. It is quite easy to think of some examples of how production process can add value. So for example, here we had potatoes. We have some potatoes. We can chop these bad boys and then put them in a tray and put some herbs on them and make some bad boy crisps, and then getting that crisps into a bag. So we are adding value. So if we were to sell this potato, it would cost about 59 pence per kilo. But because we are adding value, we are adding these extra things, packaging, cooking, employing people to do that, we are adding value to the product, which means that we could sell half of that potato for the same price as 1 kg potato that we bought. So if we bought 1 kg potato for 65p, we could sell 1 crisp for 70p to cover the whole cost. So do you see how we added value? So because we put so much effort into it, because we added extra items, packaging, for example, employees, we are adding value. So therefore the price of this crisp goes higher than this potato. So there's ways to add value to products or service. So that could be unique selling point. So there could be specific something unique about the product, and that is why the product becomes expensive, because it gets that unique selling point, adds value to it. It could be the design of product or service. For example, Apple designs fantastic iPhones, so such designs, anything that has Apple logo will go kaboom, sky high prices. Or Nike, for example, or Google, Netflix, these are all example of great designs or service. So quality of product or service. So if something is designed by Nike, for example, or Apple, you instantly know that these bad boy products are gonna be good. So that's why you pay extra, because of the quality of the product. And then it could be the brand name. So you could be paying extra money just because some products have these logos on it, the brand name. Convenience, it could be that they are very useful to you and easy to get. And that takes us to the role of entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is the process of designing, launching and running a new business, which is often initially a small business. The people who create these businesses are called entrepreneurs. Perfect. So I found this picture on Google, which I think sums up this description. Okay, so what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business or businesses taking on financial risks in hope of profit. So that's what an entrepreneur is. So an entrepreneur will organize resources, they will take risks. An entrepreneur is creative and innovative. It uses on initiatives, makes business decisions. An entrepreneur develops a business idea and then hires and organizes the factors of production to carry out the business activity. So does that make sense? Good. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the risks. So an entrepreneur takes risk. Setting up a business is risky. Money has to be paid out in advance to buy materials and equipment and pay wages. There is no guarantee that the final product or service will be sold. The entrepreneur bears all cost of the business fails. If an entrepreneur gives up a regular job, they will also lose that income and have to depend on the business to pay their bills. Imagine if a business goes wrong and an entrepreneur fails. All these are gonna happen. This guy is gonna be in a lot of trouble. But you studying business, you are gonna know what these risks are. So you are gonna put in place an action plan or a constructive plan so you don't face any risks. Well, there's always risk, but you will have plan to overcome these risks. And that brings us to the question times. Please, and I mean please, make sure that you answer these questions, because it would be pointless watching these videos and not knowing or not remembering answers to these questions. So what I would like you to do is answer these questions in the comment section below, and I will personally mark it for you. So my question number 1 to you is, can you list all 4 factors of production that we talked about earlier? Can you do that? I know you can. Perfect. So list 1 purpose of business activity. So what is an entrepreneur? Can you give me a quick description? How can a business add value to a product or service? Make sure you write that down. There's no guarantee that the final product or service will be sold when you open a new business. Is that true or false? So I want you to answer these 5 questions. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure that you share, subscribe to this channel, and like this video if you liked it. And I will see you on the next lesson. Take care for now.